Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motive Racing channel for a new season with some new cars as well here for our Friday Night League here. We're currently at Watkins, Glen in the V6 Megane cars, the V6 Megane Trophy making its first appearance on the Motive Racing channel here on Project Cars 2. A lot of you will know Project Cars 3 did come out today, but we here at Motive Racing are going to stay as realistically sim orientated as we can, and we're going to be staying on Project Cars 2 for the foreseeable future. So that's great news for everybody who obviously loves and cherishes this game, and currently we've got a very, very exciting race in store for everybody tonight. Hopefully you've all brought your popcorn along and got your drinks sorted out, because it's going to be an absolutely fantastic event. Currently we've got Sebastefano just coming up towards the line. Sebastefano is our Argentinian driver. He is 44 years old. He's our reigning champion of our touring car division here at Motive Racing, and he's also the runner-up last season in the GT3s. This season he will be attempting to defend his touring car crown, and he'll also be, I don't think he'll be, in fact I believe he won't be attempting to go one better in the GT3, so he's not racing in that next season. But certainly we hope that Sebastefano will be a major force to be reckoned with tonight in our Friday Night League here in the V6 Megane Trophy. So keep an eye on, see how he gets on tonight. Currently we've got Pro Fubby on provisional pole position at the moment, absolutely flying out there at the moment. He's got 1.8 seconds to Sebas in second currently in the standings, so that is absolutely incredible stuff there from him. Keep an eye to see if he can go any quicker here in this one, but he's already got a very, very dominant advantage so far here in this session. You see him getting a little bit wide there, coming through the right-hander just after the chicane. Ooh, getting all sorts of out of shape. What is happening to Fubby here? Looks like he's celebrating already. Premature celebrations for Pro Fubby tonight. Sat on pole position, and he's already, well, I wouldn't say they're quite donuts. Heard a big sound there. But yeah, so Pro Fubby currently provisional pole sitter. We've got Fury sat in third at the moment. Fury doing a good job tonight. He's also going to be racing tomorrow in our GT3 Super League, as usual. So looking forward to seeing him out on track over the course of this weekend. This young lad who seems to be getting quicker and quicker every single time I see him race. Joy to watch him as he improves. And from where he's come from since he started sim racing, he's been an absolute revelation for him. Flash the lights there, letting us know that he's listening to the stream tonight. Looks like the only G's managed to get somewhere close to Fubby at the moment. He's got within 6 tenths of a second, but he's not able to currently put it at the top of the leaderboard. The only G is actually a multiple world record holder here on Project Cars 2. He holds world records around 26 different tracks, I think it is. He's got incredible amounts of pace, and one of the most talented lads on this game, so it's always good to see how he gets on. And he's also, well, he was our GTE champion last season. He won the GTE5 Genetic Cup the season before that, so he's got credentials. He knows what it takes to take a championship here. Came within touching distance last season of taking the Clio Cup, but Motoring Morgan managed to pip him to that one. It was an incredibly nail-biting finish to that season, and if you haven't already checked that out, be sure to look back through our archive. We've got so much content from our last 3 seasons here on Project Cars 2 here on the Motive Racing channel, so if you want to check that out, then be sure to have a look through our backlog and see what we've got. So the Energy still unable to get on top of Pro Fabi at the moment. Currently 6/10 of a second separating these two at the top of the leaderboard. We've got just under 2 minutes left to go. Oh, as you see Fabi getting all sorts of out of shape there, experimenting as he was coming through the chicane, seeing what time there is to possibly gain on what is already an absolute stonker of a provisional pole time. G currently coming down the back straight up towards the chicane now. I think this is going to be his final lap of the session. I don't think he's got enough time to get round to another lap. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the qualifying session. It looks like a couple of guys still out there on lap times. So Stefano in the end managing to get reasonably close to the pole time. He's put it in third place, just 8/10 off of leader Pro Fabi. Fury goes fourth there right at the end of the session. Let's see if Twanbury Hill can go any quicker. It doesn't look like he can. He looks like he's going to be starting P5 for this one. But Fury there with an excellent lap right at the end, putting it on the second row alongside Sarah Stefano. Also got Ratchy Dust in P6. Looks like Antonia Lotzer and Robbo Wheeliebin will be occupying the fourth row. We've got Nick Davila just coming up to the line now. Let's see if Nick can put in an absolute stonker at the end of the session. It looks like he can't. Stays P9 there. So that is going to be that. Pro Fabi setting an absolutely blistering pace here in our qualifying session. Can anyone beat him? It looks like the only G went a little bit quicker in the last sector, but that first sector seems to belong to Pro Fabi at the moment. His setup, for whatever reason, just seems to have superior grip through that particular section. So we're going to go to race, guys. We're going to get underway for the sprint race here for the V6 Megane Trophy. If you haven't already, guys, please hit a like on this video. And if you like what you see here and you want to get involved, please subscribe to the Motive Racing channel and also join our Discord server, which is on the YouTube homepage in the top right-hand corner. You can get involved that way. But we're going to proceed to the next screen for the sprint race. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are racing here at Watkins Glen Short for the opening round of our V6 Megane Trophy tonight. Pro Fubby setting an incredible pace here
at Watkins
out
Glen
the front
Short
of the field. Put it on pole position
for the opening round of our V6 Megane Trophy tonight. Pro Fubby setting an incredible pace here
we got our
out the front of the field. Put it on pole position by 6/10 of a second to our multiple world record
Fury
holder.
lines up alongside him with a great lap at the end of the session.
We've got our Argentinian driver and reigning touring car champion here at Motive Racing in third, Stefano. Fury lines up alongside him with a great lap at the end of the session, displacing this man here, Twambury Hill, who will line up just behind those guys in the third row alongside
It looks like we are underway here at Watkins
Antonio Lotzer, Robbo Wheelie Bin, Nick Davila, Nicky, DJ Fullens, Ginger Bull rounding out the field. And it looks like we are underway here at Watkins Glen, and it looks like a reasonably good getaway there from... Oh no, it looks like Pro Fubby's lost position already to G. Coming into turn one, great start on the outside there from Leonie G. Looks like Sebas holds on ahead of Fury. Twambury Hill starting into fifth place. We've got Ratchidas up into P6 already in this one. Excellent start there from Ratchidas. Robbo Wheelie Bin in 7th position. X-Mart. Oh, as we see him getting a little bit into the wall there, X-Mart having to get well out of the way there. Robbo Wheelie Bin, and it looks like Nick Davila coming through as well. So Nick Davila is up into 8th place, but these guys are still side by side coming down towards the chicane. Let's see what's going on at the front. We've got Fubby back into the lead here coming into the chicane. Incredible stuff. G got the jump off the line, but Fubby has got the lead once again. These guys are dicing here coming through just outside of the chicane now. You can see Sebas trying to fend off Fury as well. Fury looking very hot on Sebas's rear end at the moment. Then we got Ratchidas. Looks like he's got ahead, and Twambury Hill has had an absolute mare. What's happened here to Twambury Hill? He's spun it on the exit of the chicane. He's lost lots and lots of time. He's going to have a very difficult race here in this sprint to try and fight back here in this one. He's dropped lots and lots of time there. That's really unfortunate there for Twambury Hill. Hopefully he can have a good second part to this race, but back at the front we've got a hell of a battle going on between these guys. Pro Fubby and the ONG separated by absolutely nothing as they come over the line to complete that one into turn one. G looks like he's a little bit too far back to go for a move at the moment, but Fubby defending the position very nicely. Also Sebas looking like he wants to get involved in this action as well.
As we're coming down the back
so the slightest little error from one of these guys up front will allow Sebas to get a little cheeky look in as we're coming down the back straight now. You can see riding on board with Sebas Stefano. You've got G just in front of him, still trying to look for a way around Fubby as they come into the chicane. It looks like he's still too far back, but G got the perfect getaway off the line, managed to go around the outside of Fubby into turn one on the first lap. Fubby then got a fantastic drive coming down towards the chicane, which allowed him to pick up the position once again.
We've got a battle going on between
it looks like G really does want to get on with this though, as you're watching from the perspective of Sebas Stefano.
Back to go for a move.
Looks like we've also got a battle going on between
further back.
Robbo William and Nick Davila. Nick Davila looking pretty hungry at the moment, but he's a little bit too far back to go for a move.
Trying to fend off Antonio Lotzer as well as they come into the penultimate corner.
Further back, we've got Ginger Bull currently running behind Nicky at the moment. DJ Phil trying to fend off Antonio Lotzer as well as they come into the penultimate corner. Very easy to get a slowdown penalty on the exit curve on that one. You need to be very careful. It looks like he is being extremely careful as well. As we see Antonio Lotzer going a little bit wide there coming through the last turn. That will not have helped him out at all. 0.2 of a second. Back to the battle for the lead. We've got Fubby gets a lot better drive. It's very close between these boys at the moment. Barely anything separating them on the track. We saw in the qualifying session as they come out onto the back straight. It looks like Fubby gets a lot better drive coming out of the S's onto the straight, and that's where he's gaining all the time. We saw in the qualifying session Fubby had such a huge advantage in that first sector, and we're seeing why there. It seems to have a better downforce, lower downforce setup, but it's working for him. He must be struggling in corners like this though. You can see there
he's doing what he needs to do, and down the straight,
just trying to hang on to the car for dear life as he comes through those slower, twisty
tipping the curve a little bit, staying off a bit quite nicely.
But for the time being, he's doing what he needs to do, and down the straight, he's absolutely running off into the distance. As we see there, G's tipping the curve a little bit, staying off a bit quite nicely though. If he can get a good run to get him into the braking zone, he might be able to have a go at Fubby, but the thing is, Fubby has got such good straight line speed that it's nearly impossible for G to get him into the braking zones, because by the end of the straights, Fubby's already got ahead of Steve and managed to basically head off into the distance. That's the reason why Fubby was able to reply straight away off the line when he made that bad start. Fabby was able to make the move into the chicane on the first lap simply because his car is just so much better set up for overtaking and also defending as well. It works really well for him. So G is probably going to have to rely on Fabby making some kind of mistake, which is definitely possible. What with the setup he's using, he's going to be on a knife's edge for pretty much the entirety of this race, and later on in the race those tyres will definitely start to wear. As we see there, makes a little bit of a mistake, and G looking to the inside.
Clinging on here,
can't capitalise at the moment. Still trying to look around him, but can't quite get the move at the moment. Fabby is definitely clinging on here. G is really pushing him for everything he can. It's an interesting dynamic here. These guys, I thought they were running the same setups, but clearly they're not, because those cars are driving extremely opposite ways.
Pretty confident that he's got the straight line speed to be able to fend off G.
To complete what is lap 4 of this one,
and doing a very good job here.
Always leaving a gap to the inside. He's pretty confident that he's got the straight line speed to be able to fend off G. He's not too worried at the moment.
V6 Megane Trophy here at Watkins, Glen
at the moment in the lead of the race. Currently lap 5 of this one.
Guys, if you like what you see here,
for round 1 of Motive Racing, V6 Megane Trophy here at Watkins, Glen Short.
Click the icon in the top right hand corner. That will take you
to
some
if you like what you see here
racing on the PlayStation 4
on the YouTube
platform.
channel, then be sure to join our Discord server. Go to our YouTube homepage and click the icon in the top right hand corner. That will take you to some of the cleanest, fastest sim racing on the PlayStation 4 platform.
How he would have been wanting to take it. So Fabby probably will take some
two of the very best here,
from that, knowing that
G cutting the chicane there on the exit. That's
and G unable
to
find the gap at the moment. These guys really are putting on a hell of a show up the front.
Confidence from that, knowing that he's pushing G to his limits, and G unable to find the gap at the moment. These guys really are putting on a hell of a show up the front. Stefano's still running in P3 at the moment, not able to get involved in this action for the time being. Ratchet ass
going very close
still sat P4 at the moment.
Earlier on, Robbo was having a
good
battle
a little way behind the leaders. It looks like we've got Robbo really been and Fury going very close here. We saw earlier on Robbo was having a good battle with Nick Lavilla. Looks like Nick's dropped off a little bit, but Fury's still hassling here as he comes into the last turn. Fury looks to the outside. Can he go round the outside here at the last turn? It looks like he's almost, but I think Robbo's going to get a good run here coming out to the pit straight. We're side by side here down the pit straight here at Watkins Glen. Fury on the right hand side of your screen, Robbo on the left. Is Robbo going to go for a late braking move on the inside into turn 1? He is, and Fury second guesses him a little bit and has a little bit of a twitch as he came through the corner. He's trying to hold it around the outside, and we see Fury still there, still trying to keep it around the outside of Robbo Wheelie, but in the end he has to tuck in. Robbo has the position, and he is clinging on for dear life here. Fury is looking very feisty indeed. Come out onto the back straight. Fury's not giving this one up. Robbo's going to surely have to defend it coming towards the chicane, because they've got Nick Lavilla charging behind him as well. Fury pulls out to the left hand side towards the corner. It looks like he's up into P5. Brilliant stuff. He does overshoot the corner a little bit. He might have just about kept that within track limits. I'm not sure, but Fury's up a position into 5th place. Nick Lavilla is going to be watching this battle unfold and licking his lips at the idea that he might be able to pick up the pieces if these two do end up slowing each other down, or potentially, God forbid, actually take each other out of the race. But currently it looks like Robbo really been making moves into the cars for the corner. He's up into P5 once again. The instant reply there on Fury. Fury, I'm sure will be willing to fight back in his hot spot though, coming down towards the chicane, or even into turn 1 maybe, as we see him get very wide there, coming out of the last turn, but he is alongside. He's going to have to keep it clean. He's going to have to be careful coming to turn 1. Robbo to the inside, defending the position. A little bit later on the brakes than Fury. Fury surely going to try and get a nicer run here, but in the end I think Fury brakes a little bit earlier than he needed to there.
Probably getting pretty excited
and ultimately unable to pull off the undercut.
Seeing these
guys just watching this all unfold behind these guys.
He knows that the slightest little
probably getting pretty excited at this point, I would imagine.
He's
seeing these guys give it absolutely everything for P5. He knows that the slightest little mistake from one of these guys will allow him to get a look in. Looks like Twanbury Hill has made his way up into P9. He's gained 4 places since his first lap calamity, but he is 27 seconds off for the race leader Pro Fubby, so it's going to be a difficult one for him. It'd be interesting to see whereabouts he manages to get up to here in this race. I would say probably P5 wouldn't be beyond him, but we'll have to wait and see how this one goes. He's lapping pretty similar lap times to the guys up ahead of him, but obviously that was in traffic, so we'll just have to wait and see. Twanbury Hill, a very quick driver, so we're obviously expecting him to make his way through
second gap here too, the only G at the moment,
but
as we can see, always on this stretch of the track, he seems to be pulling out
back to the race leader Pro Fubby. He's still got
time.
Half a second gap here too, the only G at the moment, but as we can see, always on this stretch of the track, he seems to be pulling out unbelievable amounts of time.
And G at the moment,
he's just got
no match
so
for
much
him
straight line speed as Pro Fubby.
in terms
It really
of,
is
in terms
incredible.
of top speed.
And
Stefano
G at
still
the
lapping
moment, no match for him
reasonably consistently.
in terms of
Close to these guys. Last time around he was
top
4 tenths
speed.
slower than the lead pair, but obviously he knows
Stefano
the
still
smallest little
lapping
error from one of those guys up
reasonably
front will
consistently
be
close
his
to these
ticket
guys.
to
Last
the
time
race
around he was
victory
4
here in
tenths
the
slower
sprint race. He's
than
our
the
touring
lead
car
pair,
champion is
but
Stefano,
obviously he
our
knows that the
Argentinian.
smallest little
His
error
son Ayrton
from
is
one of
the
those guys
champion
up
of our
front will
GT3
be
division as well.
his ticket
Neither
to
of
the
them
race
two
victory here
opting
in the
to
sprint
continue
race.
next
He's our
season.
touring car
Ayrton,
champion is Stefano,
taking
our
a season out
Argentinian.
of this one.
His son Ayrton is the champion of our
Great to see Seba
GT3
still out on
division
the
as
track
well.
with us here at Motive
Neither of them
Racing.
two are opting to continue next season. Ayrton
Still Pro Fubby
taking a season
clinging on
out of
to
this
the
one.
lead here ahead of the only
But
G.
great to
Very,
see
very
Seba
close
still out
racing
on the track with us here
between
at
these
Motive
pairs. We
Racing.
see, looking back here, we've got Robbo Wheelie
Still
Bin
Pro Fubby
trying
clinging
to
on to the
fend
lead
off
here.
Nick
Ahead of the
Navilla
only
here,
G.
coming over
Very,
the line
very
to
close
start
racing between
lap
these pairs. We
9 of
see,
this race.
looking back here, we've got Robbo Wheelie Bin
It's been some
trying
incredibly
to
close racing
fend off Nick
in this one.
Navilla
And,
here, coming
we
over the
already
line to
knew
start
these V6 Meganes.
lap
We've
9
got
of this
Brachy
race.
there, getting all sorts of out of shape, losing lots
Been
and
some
lots of
incredibly
time. That's
close
a real shame
racing
there.
in
Looks like
this
he's
one,
being
and
passed by
we already knew
Fury,
that these
Robbo,
V6 Megans.
and Nick
We've
Navilla
got
there.
Brachy that's there, getting all sorts of out of shape, losing lots and lots of time. That's a real shame there. It looks like he's being passed by Fury, Robbo, and Nick Navilla there. Ratchet that's in all sorts of problems at the start of this lap. Not sure what happened there. Maybe got a little bit too hot on the curve on the exit of turn 1. But yeah, dropping back. Looks like he's in the slipstream here of Nick Navilla. Can he immediately get a reply coming into the chicane? Looks like he's a little bit too far back. He's not going to be able to
very,
get
very
on
close
this
but
time
still
around.
no cigar for the only G at the moment. These guys lapping in the low 1 minute 9s.
Battle at the front,
still
still very, very close,
exactly
but
the same
still
times.
no
So
cigar
these
for
top
the only
three
G
are
at the
very,
moment.
very
These
evenly
guys
matched at the moment.
lapping
Seba's
in the
still
low
unable
1
to
minute
get
9s. You've
well
got
looking here on
Stefano
the front
likewise
too, but as they
doing
keep
pretty much
battling,
exactly the same
I'm sure
time.
his hopes
So
will
these
be
top three
remaining
are very, very
very
evenly
much
matched at the moment.
intact.
Sebas still unable to get a look in here at the front too, but as they keep battling, I'm sure his hopes will be remaining very much intact.
And then G closes it back in, coming
Pro
through the
Fubby,
corners.
as we
But we see there, G
always
really
pulling
pushing
away
it on the ragged
in
edge
these
at the
top
moment.
end sections of the track.
All over the place there as he came
And
out
then
of the
G
chicane,
closes it
just
back
about
in,
managing to
coming
keep
through the
it
corners, but we see
pointing
there
in the
G
right direction.
really pushing it on the ragged
But,
edge at the moment.
Absolutely.
All over the place
all
there as
over
he
the
came
back
out of
of
the
Fubby
chicane,
now.
just about managing to keep
He will
it
be pretty frustrated
pointing in the right
how this race
direction.
has gone. He had the lead
But,
coming into
he's
turn 1 on the
absolutely
opening lap and was just caught
all over
napping
the
coming
back
into
of
the
Fubby
chicane.
now.
Obviously Fubby with the superior straight
He will
line
be pretty
speed,
frustrated
was
at
able
how
to
this
get a
race has
fantastic
gone. He
run.
had
G
the lead coming
probably
into
didn't
turn 1
anticipate
on
just
the
how
opening
quick
lap and was just
Fubby's
caught napping
car
coming
is
into the chicane.
at the
Obviously
end of the
Fubby with the
straight.
superior straight line speed
And
was able to get a fantastic run, and
G has a little
probably
look to
didn't
the inside,
anticipate
trying
just
to
how
distract
quick
Fubby in the mirrors.
Fubby's car is
That's a rookie move
at
there.
the end of
Fubby's
the
not going to fall
straight.
for that one, G, but looks
And
like
ultimately
they're
allowed him
still
to pick up the position.
absolutely
G has a little look to the
bumper
inside,
at the
trying to
moment.
distract Fubby in the mirrors.
Doing an
That's a rookie
unbelievable
move
job
there.
managing
Fubby's
to
not
hold
going to
G
fall
off,
for
but
that one,
G is
G,
really
but
pushing him
looks
up,
like
I have to
they're
say,
still
at this point.
absolutely bumper to
I would
bumper at the
say-
moment. Pro Fubby doing an unbelievable job
I
managing
would
to hold
say
G off, but G is really
It's
pushing
looking
him.
like
I have
G
to
has
say,
got a good
at
chance
this point,
of taking this
I would
position if he
say-
just keeps this up, but Fubby is showing no cracks at the moment.
I would
He's
say
definitely not showing any weaknesses.
it's
Oh
looking like
no!
G has
As I
got
say
a good
that,
chance
G
of
runs into the
taking
back
this
there.
position if he
Fubby,
just
we've got
keeps
a
this
yellow
up,
flag
but
here coming
Fubby
on the exit of the
is showing
chicane.
no cracks at the moment. He's
Stefano
definitely
moves up
not
into
showing any
P2.
weaknesses. Oh
But,
no!
was
As I
just
say that,
saying
G
there,
runs into the back there of Pro
I think
Fubby. We've got a
that,
yellow
G
flag here
could
coming on the
probably,
exit of the
if he keeps
chicane.
this up, he could probably take the lead of the
Stefano
race.
moves up into
But just as I said
P2,
that, he
but
hits
I
the
was
back of
just
Fubby,
saying there
coming through the
how
exit of the chicane,
I think that
and comes
G
off
could probably,
far
if he
worse
keeps
off
this
than
up, he
Fubby
could probably
did.
take the lead of the race. But just as
G
I
now
said
down
that,
to
he hits the back
P3
of
here
Fubby
in
coming
this
through the exit
race.
of the chicane and comes off far worse off than
Oh,
Fubby
that is
did.
incredibly unfortunate there.
G now down
for
to
the only G.
P3 here.
He's still on a podium
in this
spot, but
race.
that's left Fubby in some clear air. And maybe now Fubby, without the
That
pressure,
is incredibly
of having someone
unfortunate
right behind
there.
him, might be able to
For
do
the
some
only
consistent,
G.
quicker lap
He's
times
still on a
here.
podium spot, but that's left
We
Fubby
saw
in
in
some
the
clear
qualifying
air.
session he was
And
in the
maybe
low
now
1
Fubby,
minute
without the
8.
pressure of having someone right behind him, might be able to do some consistent quicker lap times
to a
here.
second off of
We saw in the
that
qualifying
time,
session
so
he was in the low
maybe
1 minute
we might be able
8.
to see what
And
Fubby
he's
is
been
fully
about
capable of here. But he's still not
consistently
able to fully
three-quarters
shake
to a
off Seba
second
Stefano. Seba's
off of
keeping
that
that gap
time.
at
So
around 2.3.
Maybe we might be able to see what Pro probably is fully capable of here. But he's still not able to fully shake off Stefano. Sebas keeping that gap at around 2.3 consistently for the last few laps.
2/3 of the way through this one.
It'll be very interesting to see
Story
if
of this race.
Sebas
Only G
can
got a fantastic start. Took the lead coming into turn 1.
in the closing lap here of this sprint race.
Immediately replied. putting out
two-thirds
the
of the way
inside of
through this
chicane.
one.
And then
Story of this race,
those
only G
two
got
were
a fantastic
embroiled in a
start, took the lead coming into turn
battle
one
up
on
until a lap
Pro
ago
Fubby
when
then
G
immediately
ran into
replied,
the back of Fubby
putting
and
up the
ended
inside
up
of
spinning the
chicane,
car.
and then from then on, those two were
ending up much
embroiled in a
worse off them
fantastic
in that
battle
exchange.
up until a lap ago when
He's
G
currently running in
ran into
P3
the
at the
back of
moment. Is G, a
Fubby and
multiple
ended up
world
spinning
record
the
holder
car.
and admin here at Motive
G
Racing.
ending up
Host of our
much worse
streams
off
as well.
there in that
Does a hell of a lot
exchange.
behind the scenes and on
He's currently running in
stage as well.
P3 at the moment. Is G, our multiple world
Also
record holder
commentates on our tier
and
2
admin
leagues
here at
as
Motive
well.
Racing, host of our streams as well. Does a hell of a lot behind
He's
the
currently
scenes
sat
and on
at
centre
P3.
stage as well.
Slide there as he comes through turn 1.
Also commentates on
Still
our tier
managing to
2
keep
leagues
it,
as
though.
well.
His lap time is still very much
He's
within the
currently
realms of what we're seeing
P3.
Fubby doing, so
slide there as
he
he comes
hasn't
through
been
turn
put off
1.
or his confidence
Just
hasn't been in any way dented
his
by
lap,
that
his
little
lap time's
excursion
still
as they came through
very
the
much
chicane a couple
within
of
the
laps
realms
ago.
of what we're seeing Fubby doing, so he
Still
hasn't
Pro
been put
Fubby
off or
holding
his
on to the
confidence
lead,
hasn't
but
been in any way
Sebas is
dented
closing that
by
gap.
that little
Sebas was 3
excursion
tenths
as they came through the chicane
last
a
time
couple of
around.
laps
Our
ago.
Argentinian is absolutely
Still
flying
Pro
at this
Fubby
point.
holding on to the lead, but Sebas is
Whether or
closing
not there's
that
enough
gap.
time
Sebas
in
was
this
3
race
tenths
for him to
faster
get himself
last time
up
around.
into the
Our
lead
Argentinian
and take the
is
victory is
absolutely
anyone's guess.
flying at this point. Whether or not there's enough time in this race for him to get
Looking back,
himself
guys,
up
we have
into
got
the lead
Battle
and take
Royale
the victory
developing
is
here
anyone's
between
guess.
P5 and 6. Fury and Nick Lavilla looking very, very close. We've also got
Looking
cars
back,
very
guys,
close
we have
together in the
got
shape of Nicky and
Battle
Twambury
Royale
Hill.
developing
Twambury
here
Hill
between
sizing up
P5
somebody
and
else here as we
6.
come down the back
Fury
straight.
and
He
Nick
looks to the
Lavilla
inside.
looking
Nicky's
very,
going to leave
very
the door
close.
open
We've
here as he
also
comes
got
towards the chicane. They're side by
cars
side.
very
Looks like
close together in the
Twambury
shape of Nicky
Hill.
and
It's going to be a
Twambury
pretty
Hill.
routine
Twambury Hill
passing move
sizing
there
up
for
somebody
him. He's
else
up
here as
into
he comes down the back
P7.
straight. He looks to the inside.
Next
Nicky's
up
going
for
to leave the
him
door
will
open
be
here as
Nick
they come up towards the
Lavilla
chicane. They're
with
side by
just
side. Looks like
we'll
Twambury
see
Hill.
Nicky getting
It's
all
going to be a
set up
pretty
a bit
routine
outside there.
passing move
Next
there
up for
for
Twambury
him.
Hill will
He's
be
up
Nick
into
Lavilla. He's also
P7.
got Fury and Robbo
Next up for him
really
will
been
be Nick
just up the
Lavilla
road
with
from him.
just you see Nicky getting all set up a bit out of shape there.
Twambury
Next up for Twambury Hill will be Nick Lavilla. He's also got Fury and Robbo.
If he could really keep his
been
head down
just
with
up
the
the
sort of
road
lap
from
times he was
him.
doing earlier on. So
I said earlier on, I thought
yeah, we'll have to
Twambury
wait and
Hill
see. He's got
might be
3
able to get
seconds currently
P5 in this race
to
if
Nick
he can
Lavilla and
really keep
Fury
his
up
head
ahead of
down
him.
with the
These
sort of lap
guys
times he was
are
doing
battling
earlier
over.
on.
Oh no, Fury's run out of fuel.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. He's got 3 seconds currently to Nick Lavilla and Fury up ahead of him. These guys are battling over. Oh no, Fury's run out of
fuel. That is a real shame there for Fury. He was running in a good position,
Fury there
battling with
didn't put enough fuel in the tank,
with Nick Lavilla, but it's
and
all
he's
gone
bringing it
horribly
in.
wrong.
1.6 litres. We'll definitely not see him to the flag. That is a real shame there for Fury. He was running in a good position, battling with P5
can Nick Lavilla
hold off
but
it's all gone horribly wrong.
4 seconds
He
separates
stops
these
into
two
the
at the
box
moment.
to put some more fuel into that tank.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so
the question
sorry.
is now,
I
can Nick
completely missed it.
Lavilla
We've
hold
had
off
a
a
change
charging
of
Twambury
lead
Hill?
here.
4 seconds separates these two at the moment.
In the lead of the race. I don't know what
Ladies and
happened to
gentlemen,
Pro
I'm
Fubby.
so
sure
sorry.
we'll be able to
I
find out
completely missed it. We have had a change of
when we do
lead
the
here.
interviews after the feature
Sebas
race.
Stefano
We'll be
finds
able to
himself in
figure
the
out
lead of
what's
the race.
gone
I
on there,
don't know
but
what
Fubby
happened
is
to Pro
dropped
Fubby. I'm
back into the
sure we'll
clutches
be
at
able
the
to
end.
find out
7 seconds
after the
on that previous
when we
lap.
do the
Who's that?
interviews
That's
after the
Marker there
feature
getting out of
race.
the way.
We'll be able to figure
So,
out
that
what's
was-
gone
I
on there.
imagine
But
that's Ratchet Gas, is
Fubby
it?
has dropped back into the clutches of the
No,
only
it's
two.
not
Lost
Ratchet, it's
7
Fury.
seconds
Fury
on
up
that previous
down now,
lap. Who's that? That's the back marker
having to
there
make
getting
that
out of the way.
impromptu pit stop.
So that
But,
was, I imagine that's Ratchet Gas, is it?
Our Argentine driver,
No,
our
it's not Ratchet Gas,
touring
it's
car
Fury.
champion here
Fury
at
a lap
Motive
down
Racing,
now,
finds
unfortunately,
himself
having to make that
in the lead
impromptu
of
pit
the
stop.
race.
But
Who would have
Sebas
expected
Stefano,
this?
our Argentine driver, our
He's
touring car
been the
champion
cool
here
and
at
calm
Motive Racing,
pretender
finds
in this
himself
race as Sebas
in the
Stefano.
lead of the
Whilst
race.
these two, Pro
Who
Fubby
would have
and G
expected
were battling
this?
it out over the lead for the first few laps.
He's been the
held
cool
onto
and
his
calm
tyres, kept his
pretender
car
in
a
this
sweet
race
spot
as Sebas
and made sure
Stefano.
that he would have
Whilst
the pace at the
these
end of the
two,
race to
Pro
challenge.
Fubby and G, were
It's
battling it
been
out
a
over the
very,
lead
very
for
well
the first few
managed
laps.
and cool-headed
held
drive
onto
here
his tyres,
from
kept
this
his
man.
car in a sweet spot, and made
Still
sure
got
that
a
he would
little
have
way
the
to go
pace at
here
the
in
end of
this
the
one.
race
We've
to
got 3
challenge.
laps
And it's
left
been
to go here at
a very,
Watkins
very well
Glen,
managed
but
and cool-headed
surely
drive here.
he's not going to
for
throw
this
this one
man.
away now. It's been handed to him on a plate
Still got a
here.
little way to go here in this one. We've got 3 laps left to go here at Watkins Glen, but surely
what lap times he's doing.
he's not going to
6
throw
tenths
this one
quicker
away
than
now. It's
Sebas
been
last
handed
time
to him
around.
on a
Sebas
plate
is going to be
here.
nursing the car home. He knows he just needs to bring it around
Probably coming over the line. Let's see what lap times he's doing. He's
looks like
6
he is
tenths quicker than
closing-
Sebas
well,
last time
no,
around,
he's
but
not
Sebas
closing
is going to be
actually. I
nursing
think
the
he's
car
a
home. He
tenth
knows he just
slower
needs to
than
bring it
Fabian on that
around.
previous lap.
G looks like he is closing. Well, no, he's not closing actually. I
Looks like
think he's a
Twambury Hill
tenth
now
slower than
within 2
Fabian on that
seconds here
previous lap.
of Nick de Villa, so it has been a phenomenal comeback drive from Twambury Hill tonight after that spin coming through
Looks
the
like
chicane
Twambury Hill now
on the opening
within
lap.
2 seconds here of Nick de Villa,
Has put
so
his
it has
pedal
been
to
a
the metal
phenomenal
and really,
comeback
really
drive from
delivered
Twambury Hill tonight
this
after that
race.
spin coming through the chicane on the opening lap.
Currently running P6. He's
Has put his pedal to the metal
it's going
and
to be
really,
difficult
really
for him to get up
delivered
to the back of
in this
Nick
race.
de Villa now, but it's possible.
Currently running P6. He's
As I said, he has 3 laps
it's
left
going
to
to be
go.
difficult for him to get onto the back of Nick de Villa now, but it's possible.
Stefano about to start the penultimate lap, the race leader.
As I said, he has 3 laps left to
See,
go.
there's somebody coming into the pits. One of the back markers there Looks like that's ratchet.
Stefano
That's
about
also
to start the
misjudging the
penultimate
fuel
lap, the
count.
race
He's got
leader.
1.4 litres. That will not get him to the
And
end
you
of
see
the
there's
race.
somebody coming into the pits,
get him
one of
around
the
the
back
last
markers there. Looks like that's
3
ratchet.
laps
That's
even for
also
him.
misjudging the fuel count. He's got 1.4 litres. That will not get him to the end of the
He's
race.
currently got a 3.3
That will
second
not get him around the last
probably lapping a second
2
lap
laps,
quicker.
3 laps even for
But
him.
I think it's going to be too little, too late for him as he makes his way around the back marker there.
Currently got a 3.3 second gap. Ferrari probably lapping a second lap quicker.
But
I think it's going to be too little, too late for him as he makes his way around the back marker there. That looks like it might be Antonio Lotza. Yes, it is Antonio Lotza there, letting G past as well, getting well out of the way. Very, very good, sensible driving there from Antonio.
Absolutely pushing it to the limits at the moment.
Here's your race leader. 3 seconds he's got at the moment to Fabi.
Sat in just behind Fabi,
who is absolutely pushing it.
See if there can be any changes in this second and third place battle. But I don't think there will be. I think G hasn't got the car to be able to go past.
See if there can be any changes in this second and third place battle. But I don't think there will be. I think G hasn't got the car to be able to go past Fabi. He's not quick enough in a straight line.
I think Fabi is going to hold on
here. From what we've seen so far, Stefano about to start the final lap of the race.
Battle for P5 at the moment. Nick de Villa just about holding on here from Twambury Hill. Oh,
back to the battle for P5 at the moment. Nick de Villa just about holding on here from Twambury Hill.
Oh, that's a disaster.
Oh, as we see Twambury Hill getting sideways in the same corner that we saw him get out of shape before, and he's lost the car coming through the chicane. Oh, that's a disaster there for Twambury Hill.
There as well.
I thought he might be able to pick up P5 here at the end of this race, but it's all gone wrong. Looks like he took out the wall there as well.
P7 a couple of seconds up the road here from
for
DJ
his troubles. Nicky currently running P7 a couple of seconds up the road here from DJ Phil.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stefano is your winner here at Watkins Glen. Fantastic job there. I'm just finding out now that there was a slight technical issue. I think
Ladies and gentlemen, Stefano is your winner here at Watkins Glen. Fantastic job there. I'm just finding out now that there was a slight technical issue. I think I might know what caused that. Apologies for that. We'll get that sorted out for the feature race. Whoops, let me just sort that out now.
Testing the mic, testing the mic. Testing, mic, testing. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Sorry for the technical difficulties we're experiencing there. Just had to get everything sorted out. Hopefully, you're only hearing one of me now instead of many.
Difficulties we're experiencing there. Just had to get everything sorted out. Hopefully, you're only hearing one of me now.
Unfortunately, we do have a slight issue with the car engines aren't being fully broadcast at the moment. I'm not sure exactly what's causing that, but we're just going to have to get on with it, unfortunately. Currently, we've got Fury sat on provisional pole here in this session, doing a fantastic job here in this one. Got a tenth of a second to Ginger Ball, currently in P2 at the moment. But Fury currently laying down the marker that all of these guys are surely going to aspire to beat here in this qualifying session. Looks like Nicky and Antonio Lotzer have both come into the pits, so they don't expect to go any quicker here in this one. But we had a fantastic race in our sprint race earlier on, ladies and gentlemen. We had we had Pro Fabi and the Only G having a great battle over the lead for much of it, but then both of those guys ended up in all sorts of problems as their tyres started to wear off, and in the end, Stefano, our Argentinian driver, managed to bring it home in P1, our touring car champion. Took the spoils tonight in our first round for the V6 Megane Trophy. See if Fury can go even quicker here at the top of the leaderboard. No, he can't, but he stays on pole. So that's a great job there from Fury tonight in this feature race qualifying session. DJ Phil comes over the line, can't improve. So that is going to be that. Fury on pole, Ginger Ball lining up alongside him on the front row. We've got Nicky, Antonio Lotzer behind those guys. Then we've got DJ Phil, Ratchidas, Nick the Villa, Robbo Wheelie Bin, Sebastefano, Pro Fabi, and the Only G rounding out the field. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away from the start of the feature race. Fury CBK getting a fantastic pole position in that session. It looks like we are underway. And it looks like Fury gets a good start off the line. Immediately goes to take the race in line here up into turn one ahead of Ginger Bull. It looks like we've got Ratchidas up into third. Antonio Lotso, DJ Phil, Robbo Wheelie Bin, Seba Stefano, Robert up into seventh. Our race winner from the sprint race, looking to the outside here of Robbo Wheelie Bin. He's being squeezed by, yes he is. Seba Stefano is up into sixth place, but Robbo's still pushing it. Oh, Robbo runs into Sebas a little bit. Bit of contact there. Sebas all onto the grass. Takes out some advertising hoardings as well. But yeah, very unfortunate there for Seba Stefano. Robbo Wheelie Bin currently in P6 trying to fend off what looks to be... No, he's actually attacking Antonio Lotso at the moment as they come up to the chicane. Unbelievable stuff there. Looked like Sebas had the move on the outside, but Robbo Wheelie Bin wasn't going to give that one up. And fair play, you know, you can't really expect him to. They were side by side. And it's just one of those things in racing. It happens from time to time. Incredible stuff here. See here we got, does look like G is looking to the inside here of Robbo coming into the penultimate corner, side by side. Robbo gets a little bit onto the curb on the outside. And he hold on, it looks like he can. Robbo gets passed around the outside by Nick Villa as well there. So definitely in all sorts of problems as we see G hounding the back here of Antonio Lotso as they come down the pit straight. Although he in turn has also got Nick Villa having to look to the inside of him. But he can't make the move either. Currently we've got Fabi leading this train. Looks like Fabi's managed to make some good progress here as we see G going up the inside of Antonio Lotso up into P6 there. In the meantime, Fury CBK's stretched out his lead at the front. 1.2 seconds he's got over Ginger Bull. He's had an absolute stonker of a first lap here as Fury. I'm sure we wanted to keep this one up as the race progresses. We've got a battle going on in the background though. It looks like Ratchidas up the inside there of DJ Phil up into P3. Next up for Ratchidas will be Ginger Bull. We can see they're currently running in second position at the moment. Bobby and G doing what they did in the sprint race, running bumper to bumper, but this time 5th and 6th, currently trying to fight their way back through the pack and get themselves into a position where they can fight for this race win. Mandatory pit stop in this one for the feature race. So it's definitely going to be a little bit more of a challenge. But also mandatory pit window, you can't pit before lap 9 of the race. So you've got to go at least 9 laps into the first stint. That's just to make sure that everyone does a bit of racing here and has to actually make their way back through the pack fairly instead of doing a pit stop on lap 1 and bypassing all of the traffic. As we see there, it looks like we've got Ratchidas getting a little bit sideways, coming up towards the S's. Is DJ Phil going to have a look around the outside here? They're side by side. It looks like in the end DJ Phil just had to get out of it there to avoid an incident. As we see Fubby there up the inside of Phil, looks like G's going to try and follow him through as well. So Phil losing 2 positions there in the process. As we see Fubby looking to the inside now. Can G try and capitalise on this traffic here and try and get past Fubby in the process? No, it doesn't look like he can. G tucks in behind Ratchidas at the moment, can't get by him. But Fubby is up into P3 crucially now. He might be able to pull out maybe a second or so while G's stuck behind Ratchidas. But yeah, Pro Fubby making a very, very good move there up into the chicane. He's up into third. Next up him, Ginger Bull a second up the road, and then Fury is currently making the most of this opportunity out front. He's now got a 2.5 second lead at the front. Brilliant driving tonight from Fury here in this feature race. Took pole position in the qualifying session, managed to get a fantastic first lap, pulled out the gap to Ginger Bull. At the moment he is bossing this one here at Watkins Glen. Brilliant to see Fury having his moment out in the spotlight, and he's more than making the most of it at the moment. Currently lapping the low 1 minute 10s. Only man faster than Fury out there on the track at the moment is Fubby. So he's absolutely flying at the moment. He's on fire as Fury. As we see Fubby making his way past Ginger Bull there. Oh, he goes into the wall a little bit though. That would have cost him a bit of time. Clouts the wall, maybe feeling the pressure, knows that he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch up to Fury up front, and maybe feeling the pressure already at this early stage. Fury looks like he's on rails tonight. Fubby currently holding off. Well, it looks like he's got past Ginger Bull. G is now hounding and hassling Ginger Bull. Looks like he's can't get. Oh, he's going to look to the inside here coming through. It looks like G's not going to be able to make the move at the moment though. Ginger Bull defending that position. You've got Sebas, the race winner from the sprint race, currently making good progress after his little to do with Robbo Wheelie Bin at the start of this race. Oh no, we see that. Oh no, that's Ginger Bull getting all sorts of out of shape as they came on the exit at the penultimate corner. He's lost positions to Sebas and to DJ Phil. So we're also left Gingerball. G promoted up into P3. Just ahead of Sebastefano. So the boys who finished 1, 2 and 3 in the sprint race are running 2, 3 and 4 at the moment. The only man who's changing any the form guide to tonight is actually Fury, because he's currently leading the race by 3 seconds at the moment. Didn't have the greatest of sprint races, but he's more than fired up for this feature. I'm absolutely certain about that. Currently showing everybody the way as we see. Oh no! Fury gets a little bit out of shape there, coming through the chicane. Yeah, definitely seemed to get a little bit sideways as they came through the chicane there, but at the moment he's still keeping it going. Just realised I'm a little bit out of sync. Let me just sort that problem out. So we should be all in sync now. Currently watching on the private stream. See here in the background, we've got a brilliant battle going on between second and third. Currently, Fubby still fending off the only G in the battle for second and third. Sebastefano sat just behind this pair, waiting in the wings, hoping to get involved if he can. See a back marker there getting well out of the way as they come out onto the back straight. So they come up towards the chicane now. Looks like there is once again no way round Fubby 4G tonight. Fubby doing a fantastic job of keeping onto that position. And as we said earlier on, he's got such good top end speed. It really is a challenge for G to even get close to him at the end of the straights. Sebas still sat there very, very close behind these guys, just waiting and waiting patiently like he did in the sprint race. Hopefully he'll be hoping that he can do the same thing that he did in the sprint race and just wait for these guys to crack. And obviously a lot more time in this one for that to happen, with it being the feature race. 27 laps here of Watkins Glen, the short edition. Obviously Fury dropping back there, unfortunately down to P4. He was leading this race, but he's run into all sorts of problems here in this one, and currently 2 seconds behind this leading trio of Pro Fubby, Diony G and Sebastefano. But Fury's still running in a very, very good points paying position at this point, so we're hoping that he can keep up this sort of form and keep himself in a good position. He's got 8 seconds back to Gingerball, so he just needs to keep cool, keep calm, and keep his composure. You see Fubby still leading this trio as they come over the start-finish line to complete the 7th lap here. G looking to the inside here. Is Sebas going to make it 3 wide coming into turn 1? It looks like in the end, both of those two, second and third, had to back out of it there to avoid them going absolutely head first into turn 1. But still, absolutely nothing separating these top 2 guys, Pro Fubby and Diony G, having a fantastic battle tonight. Sebas drops off a little bit there in that first sector. I think G may have made some adjustments to that setup, because he does seem to be keeping up with Fubby in the straight lines a little bit better now. He's not losing as much time. He's still a little bit down on what Fubby's getting at the end of the straights, but not by too much. Let's see if he's still got that advantage through the corners. It looks like he does, but not quite as he hasn't got quite as much of a advantage coming through the tighter, slower corners anymore. Coming out of the last corner once again. G now looks like he's got a good run here. Coming down the pit straight as Sebas swerves over to the pit wall there. into turn 1. Is G going to make a move? No, once again, these two thinking better of it. Stefano there getting up into P2 there. Up ahead of the only G. Into the chicane. So G's now got a little bit of work to do. Dropping back off of Profo. He finds himself in P3. Maybe he might look to the pit window as an opportunity there, as we see. Did get a little bit loose coming out of turn 1 as well. So once the pit lane opens at the end of this lap, these guys might consider coming in. Let's keep an eye on them and see what they do coming around. Looks like Fubby stays out, as does Sebas and as does G. So these guys opting to keep it out on the racetrack. It looks like Fury is the first man to come into the pit lane for his mandatory pit stop. With the pit lane being open now, he can do that. G still sat very, very close to the back of Sebastefano, but can't quite find a way around him at the moment. G has a little look. Can't quite get around him at the moment. Might have a chance here coming down the end of the straight. It's a bit too far back. Has another look to the inside. Still can't get it around him. Would have thought that one of these guys would have come into the pits now and try and get the undercut. Maybe Sebas. But geez, we see Sebas getting very tricky there out of that last turn. All over to the curb there, but managing to keep it out of the wall just about. Bobby there getting all sorts of out of shape, and he's lost the position there. Bobby getting very, very loose out of the chicane, and that's now allowed Sebas and G up into P1 and 2. Unbelievable stuff here. Fubby making a very rare mistake. Said earlier on with the setup that he's got with that car, it's just a mistake waiting to happen. He's got it so loosely set up, which makes it so quick down the straights, but an absolute handful in the corners, and finally he's succumbed to the pressure. Something which we know Fubby doesn't do very often. But Sebas now finds himself in the lead of the race, like he had in the sprint race where he took the victory. So he's looking very, very good for this one. Sebastefano, our Argentinian touring car champion here at Motive Racing. Oh no! Fubby's lost the car here out of the chicane. Looks like Fubby's gone all sorts of sideways. He spun it coming out of the chicane. That's an absolute disaster there for Pro Fubby. He was running right behind the leaders. He had the lead at the start of the race. Maybe the tyres are starting to struggle a little bit. There he is. Fubby was looking very, very good. Poised behind them to fight back and maybe make a move. He's bringing it into the pits for his mandatory pit stop. Thinks he's going to limit the damage, try and let those tyres cool down a bit, maybe let the pressures drop a bit. But he's coming into the pit box now, so that's left Sebas out with the lead. He's pulled out a second now to G. G having a bit of a lock up there as he came to the chicane. So Gingerball and DJ Phil up into P3 and 4. Obviously still yet to make their mandatory pit stops. Looks like these two are having a good battle though. Flick to them and have a look. There we go. See those boys just coming through the S's now. Looks like DJ Phil might be able to have a run here. He's got a fantastic drive coming up the hill. Not sure though. I think Gingerville probably is going to have the inside line coming into the chicane. He does indeed. But DJ Phil is really, really pushing him at this point. We can just see on the top left-hand corner that the Joni G has brought it into the pits for his stop. See if we can get some eyes on him. There he is. So he's just coming now down towards the end of the pit lane. It's going to be very interesting now to see where he comes out in relation to Sebas. Once Sebas makes his stop, I think Pro Fabi has played himself out of contention for the victory tonight, unfortunately, with that spin that we saw coming out of the chicane. Currently this man here, Sebastefano, took the win in the sprint race, looking very, very good for the win in the feature, but it all depends on whether G can get the hammer down now he's in some clear air and try and put some absolutely blistering lap times in. If he can, he might be able to take the fight to our Argentinian driver. These two have raced with each other many times in the touring car division in the past. They know how each other race, and the GTEs as well, in fact. So they are somewhat rivals here at Motive Racing. We see there, it looks like Gingerball diving into the pit lane to make his mandatory stop. That might allow DJ Phil to get some clear air and maybe jump him in the pit stops. DJ Phil has got Fabi closing in on him. Obviously it is for track position. So it's going to be interesting now. DJ Phil obviously under no obligation to let Fabi go. It looks like he doesn't make it too difficult for him though. Phil getting well out of the way despite the fact that they're on the lead lap. And we see there, it looks like back marker also getting well out of the way. That's Nick Lavilla there, making sure he doesn't hold the leaders up at all. Very good driving there from Nick Lavilla, very respectful. Fabi able to continue on his way. Obviously Fabi played himself out of the race for the win a little bit with that spin coming out of the chicane, pitted immediately afterwards to minimise the damage. Currently running 5 seconds behind G at the moment on the track. But we reckon it's going to be between Sebastefano and the only G for the victory tonight in the feature race. G will be absolutely determined to get one up on Sebas after Sebas took the opening spoils in the sprint race earlier on. But with G's third place finish in the sprint, I think Sebastefano would still have the championship lead even if he did come in second. As here we go. Sebastefano is bringing it into the pits with 11 laps to go here in the feature race. So now is the moment when we find out whether G has done enough here. Riding on board with him now as he's coming down the back straight up towards the penultimate corner of the lap. Sebastefano currently... Let's have a look and see. Well, there we go. We've got G coming down the back straight now. See where Sebas is. Sebas is just coming out of his pit box now. Whereabouts is G? Surely it's going to be very, very close. Ooh, where is G? Where is G? There he is. Just coming down. Just coming over the line now. Can you? Where's Sebas? You can see just on the right hand side of your screen there, Sebastefano coming out of the pits. It looks like Sebas is going to get out just ahead here. Just over a second between these guys. So it's incredibly close. G not quite managing to get the to claw back the gap when it was needed, and now Sebastefano looking very, very good for the victory this evening if he can just keep it pointing in the right direction. But we know G has got some tremendous pace, not just in these cars, but in any car here on Project Cars 2. A multiple world record holder on a PlayStation 4 platform, Project Cars 2 in the V8 supercars. So he knows how to drive tricky cars. But the question is, has he got the tenacity to take this one to Sebastefano? 10 to go here on what is a very, very short lap at Watkins Glen Short. Coming over the line to complete lap 17 here now. 1.4 seconds is all that separates these boys at the moment. Looks like Antonio Lotza's possibly coming into the pits. Yes, he is. Antonio Lotza there. He's in the pit lane there, pitting from P6. You can see Robbo Wheelie Bin just going past there on the right hand side. And Ginger Ball just appearing at the top of your screen there. See the two leaders coming over the horizon. That's Sebas and G, I think. Currently watching Antonio coming out of the pit lane there. But Sebastefano was a little bit quicker than G over that last lap. 0.3 quicker. So G is going to have to find something from somewhere if he wants to bring home the gold for the feature race here in the opening round of the season. Motive Racing's V6 Megane Trophy. Currently Sebas just holding a 2-second lead here. Oh, looks like he take a massive liberty there coming on the exit of the chicane. He's definitely have to slow down there because he took a chunk out of that corner, rode over the grass. It looks like Ratchidas has brought it into the pits. There he is, Ratchidas. Looks like he's just coming out of the pit box now. You can see there on the right of your screen, that's Ginger Ball there moving up into 7th. We see G here making his way past Ratchidas. Currently 1.2 seconds separating the top two at the moment. Oh no! Oh my goodness, it looks like the only G's lost the car there. Coming through the chicane. All sorts of out of shape there. And that's probably put pay to his chances of taking a win. Fabi looks like he's picked up P2 as well. Oh, that has got in there for G. Was running in a good position, but unfortunately got a little bit too hot as he came through the chicane. So Pro Fabi finds himself in P2, so it's the same top three, an identical top three to what we saw in the sprint race at the moment. 6 laps left to go. Can Sebastefano hold on? He's got 6 seconds to Pro Fabi at the moment. It's looking like he probably will be able to bring it home, barring any major catastrophes at the end of this race. See Sebastien coming on Gingerball. Looks like Gingerball getting well out of the way there. Good stuff there from him. G still sat P3 at the moment. Fabi just a couple of seconds up the road, but we know how hard it is for G to overtake Fabi with that setup that Fabi's got on his car. Fabi technically should be prone to the odd error with that setup, but he's been faultless, give or take a couple of incidents like we saw coming out of the chicane. Oh, it looks like Fabi had a moment there coming through that right-hander. G gained about a second on him. So actually, as I say that, this battle for second could be well and truly on here. As we have got 4 laps left to go here at Watkins Glen Short tonight for round 1 of Motive Racing's V6 Megane Trophy, the Mecca of North American road racing. What a race it is! What an event it has been. Sprint race was slightly more dramatic than what we've seen in the feature, but we've had some good racing across the board. Does look like Fury currently closing that gap at the moment to Robbo Wheelie Bin. Fury led the opening laps of the race, was really charging at the start, made a mistake, dropped to 4th. It looks like it's kind of gone downhill from there, unfortunately for him, but it looks like he's very intent on taking this P4 as we see Robbo winning a little bit out of shape coming into the penultimate corner, and now Fury. Oh. Yeah, you can see there, Fury's all over the back now with Robbo Wheelie Bin. Gets a little bit onto the grass a little bit. As he come out of the last turn now onto the pit straight, surely Fury is going to have a chance here in the braking zone. He pulls out to the right-hand side, left-hand side of your screen, into turn 1. Is he going to have the move on the brakes? It looks like he just about gets it stopped in time, and he is indeed up into 4th place. Brilliant move there from Fury CBK. See whether he can hold on to this lead now with 3.5 laps left in this race. Sure, we're both going to be fighting for it. DJ Phil in the background, definitely not giving up. Looks like Ginger Ball there letting the leaders through. Looks like that was G there putting a lap on him. G's dropped back even more time on the leaders. Sebas had a bit of a scruffy lap last time around, but he's got 8 seconds in the bag. Probably also looks like he must have made a mistake. But G's dropped miles back here. It looks like Robbo's got back ahead of Fury, and Fury's lost a position to DJ Phil. Fury is going to have to go defensive now. Looks like he's being lapped by the race leader, actually, Sebastefano. So these guys here Up ahead, Robbo and DJ Phil are going to have to be careful because Sebastefano, the race leader, is coming round. This will maybe allow Fury to close back onto Robbo and DJ Phil in the battle 4-4. Because they've got to slow down now and let the leader past. Robbo will have blue flags waving at him. He'll have to let Sebastefano go by. You can see here, Sebas flashes lights here at Robbo, telling him that he's there and he wants to be waved by. Please, if you wouldn't mind, Robbo. Oh, goes a little bit deep into chicane nip. He pulls off the racing line. Very good there. Sebas goes a little bit wide onto the grass for his troubles. But now, as we said, the battle 4-4 well and truly on. Fury having a little look to the inside here of DJ Phil as they come down the back straight towards the penultimate corner. It looks like DJ Phil's got a little bit of straight line speed there. And Fury unable to capitalise into the last section of the lap now. As we see there, DJ Phil going a little bit wide, leaving the door open. Fury looks like he's going to have it. But DJ Phil holding it on the inside, once again putting it back up into the position. Incredible stuff here from these guys. DJ Phil going wide, and it looks like Fury might have a chance here. But he goes a little bit wide out the last corner. That would have compromised him a lot. What a fight we are seeing for fourth place here in this race. It's like Robbo's pulled out a little bit to these two while they're battling. So it looks like Robbo's pretty good for fourth place here. But who's going to get fifth? Is it going to be Phil or is it going to be Fury? These two bumper to bumper here down the straight towards the chicane. Fury goes late on the brakes, cuts the chicane a little bit. DJ Phil has to get out of the way there to avoid it, contact, and Fury's lost it. Fury spun it into the barriers. Yellow flag on the exit of the chicane. Fury in the wall. What a battle between those guys in the end. Fury a little bit too aggressive there. Inexperience will probably be the explanation for that one. But in the meantime, we're currently watching our race leader here, Sebastefano. He is going to come around the last corner now to take the victory here at Watkins Glen. What a performance it's been from him. Kept it consistent as he has done all event. Really, really great job there from Sebas. Well driven. Bobby comes round in P2. Held on in the end from G. Looks like DJ Phil will round out. Oh, it looks like Robbo had to pit. So Robbo wheelie bin. Looks like he ran out of fuel on the last lap. Didn't need to complete that last lap because he was a lap down. But regardless, P6 for Robbo wheelie bin. DJ Phil and Fury 4th and 5th. Ginger Bull classified 7th. We've got Ratchy Das in 8th. Antonio Lotza just coming around the last corner now to finish in P9. Great stuff there from Antonio. So he coasts over the line there. Almost ran out of fuel. Very close. Nick the Villa classified in 10th position. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. What a race from those guys. Going to see if we can grab an interview with the winners. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race. What an event we've had for our first ever V6 Megane Trophy race here at Motive Racing. Guys, if you like what you see here live on the channel, then make sure you subscribe to Motive Racing. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And join us on our Discord server if you want to get involved in the action that we've got week in, week out here. Joined in the commentary box by our P2 man tonight in both races actually, Pro Fubby. Took a resounding pole position in the sprint race. Looked like you had the outright pace on everybody tonight, but unfortunately a couple of mistakes in each race put pay to that. How does it feel taking a solid second place in both races?
Well, I've got to be honest, I'm pretty happy with them 2 second places. I'm a bit disappointed I spun in that first race, but that was just through a bit of lack of work on setups because the back end got really loose like towards the end of the race, and just made a mistake with the pressure of being out front. Tried to catch Seb back up, but just didn't have enough laps. But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it was really good race. Enjoyed it.
Well, what I noticed from your setup, it was abundantly clear that you had a very low downforce setup, because on the straights you were absolutely pulling away ridiculously. I remember G had no way of getting past you in that sprint race, especially. I don't know if G altered his setup for the feature because he looked like he was hanging with you a little bit better in the feature.
Yeah,
but
did,
in the sprint race, you were dropping him ridiculously coming down the straights.
Well, I put my difference down to 3.1, but it gained on the straights, but it sacrificed performance on the corners. So I just thought I'd try it first off, and it paid off really. But it's nice to go around the corners better. It's like every corner I went around, it was bogging down. The gearing wasn't right, but it helped up that straight. So it was either fast up the straight, not as quick round the corners, or quick round the corners and get overtaken every time up the straight. So I just went for the longer speeds up the straights.
Yeah, it certainly looked like hard work through the corners.
Yeah,
yeah, we're also joined by G, who got very, very used to the rear end of Fubby in that sprint race. Unfortunately, a couple of mistakes happened over the course of one happened in the chicane in the feature race. G, 2 third place finishes, a double podium. Was that the sort of start you were hoping for, or are you gutted not to get the W? Yeah. No. What?
Snap.
Yeah, I think maybe you need to fire your race strategic mechanic, because clearly. Yeah, it sounds like you need a revamp of personnel around your team, G, because they're definitely not calculating your fuel correctly. Yeah, got brilliant stuff there from you though, G. Obviously, double podium. Considering you had quite a few issues in those races, that's not a bad finish at all. So well done for that. We were joined in the commentary box very, very briefly by DJ Phil. It does look like we've lost him. Here we go. We've got DJ Phil in the commentary box. 4th place tonight for you, Phil. We saw you having a fantastic battle with Fury, as well as Robbo Wheelie Bin. Ultimately, you came out on top and finished in 4th. Tell us from your perspective, how was that?
It was just a good race, all in round on that one. I just enjoyed racing, though, getting in there into the pits and stuff, and getting out in front of them, basically.
Yeah, and obviously you managed to hold on to track position. You kept them at bay. It looked like hard work defending that position.
It was definitely hard work keeping them at bay on that one.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive stuff. Also, wanted to make a big shout out to Phil. He will be appearing on our pre-race show on Monday night, but he took his first podium at the Nürburgring in our Tier 2 race, actually. It was a very, very dramatic finish to that one. Some of you may have seen Bowie running out of fuel just meters from the line. Phil, sum up your emotions after taking... I know, obviously, it's a while ago now, but unfortunately we weren't able to get you onto the show at the time, but how does that feel after taking a 3rd place finish on Monday night?
It was absolutely epic. I was absolutely stunned by it. I was over the moon. I couldn't I was still over the moon on Tuesday afterwards. After all that lot. After that victory on third place.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully
amazing.
I can do it again on Monday.
Well, fingers crossed. You know, if you keep finishing in third place, then you'll be more than likely to get a ticket up to the Tier 1 league for the GTEs. Obviously, you're racing Tier 1 for the V6s, the Clios. So, yeah, it'd be pretty good if you were in Tier 1 for all of our midweek leagues. It'd be a pretty impressive feat.
It would indeed.
Great stuff there. Thank you, Phil, for joining us in the box. Guys, that was the V6 Megane Trophy tonight, the first round at Watkins Glen Short. Thank you, everybody, for joining us live on the YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone who's liked the video, also subscribe. And if you want to get involved in the action, be just like Fubby, G, and Phil racing out on the track, then make sure you join our Discord server. And we will see you tomorrow afternoon for our GT3, or it's evening now, actually, 6 o'clock. So join us at 6 PM for the GT3 Super League tomorrow. We're going to get off now, guys. Have a lovely evening and enjoy your weekend. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Peace.